Hi, this is Denise Fitzpatrick, fighter for civil rights, and my son Julian, which is also a fighter for civil rights and advocate. And we're just saddened by the young man that I think his name is Rogers that was killed, not killed, but shot in his back several times. I think they said 6 or 7 times. And me and my son were talking about how terrible it is to keep doing this, killing and shooting and all of that. And I was telling Junior about it. He was listening in. We keep up with, of course, civil rights violations, and we all know the police brutality is civil rights violation, is a form of a civil rights violation. And if you don't know, well, you know now because it is. And we are really big on civil rights, as my daddy was. And victims of civil rights violations ourselves, as proven in a court of law. We keep up with, of course, I guess everybody's keeping up with everything these days as far as protests and the shooting and all the bad stuff, the COVID, the presidential stuff. It's a mess. And of course, we are God-fearing people. We're Christian people. We believe in the Bible. So anybody listen that doesn't, that's on you. You don't have to say anything with the comment. Everyone do, but we are God-fearing. We do understand what times we're living in. And I was just telling my son, I said, whenever we go anywhere, I keep my son with me, whether it's a store or wherever we go. I was mentioning that yesterday. I keep my son right with me because this police brutality against people of color, black men, is way off the chain. Just, I don't even try to find the words for it anymore because, as far as I'm concerned, there's no word for that kind of barbaric stuff. The animalistic attitudes, you feel like you have the right to take someone's life because you're lighter skinned than they are. If that's what we're seeing, it seems it is. Makes no sense whatsoever. And as I was saying yesterday, the fight of civil rights, when you do these kind of evil, wicked things, you're going to pay for it. You're going to suffer the consequence. You might not believe it. You may not believe the Bible. You may think it's just all made up, man's whatever. So you say, oh, it's man stuff, But it's something that everything it's said, and it's so old, the Bible is, everything it says is what we see. And I think a lot of times when people say they don't believe, I think that's because they don't really know what the Bible teaches. It's serious. It's serious. Even about the political thing. I'm not going to go into that right now, but I've made videos on the mark of the wild beast, the number 666, what it stands for, what it means. And a lot of people just don't understand Revelation. I've talked to people that have said things like they don't, in their place of worship, they don't even touch Revelation. The pastors or preachers don't even touch Revelation, many don't. And how can you understand the Bible when you pick out certain scripture books you want to believe in and other ones you don't? Anyway, we know that we're in the last days, and we know that we've been in the last days a long time. We know that things are getting worse. But my son here, every time that he needs a haircut, so he's going to get a haircut today, and I do a little shopping, and it's so boring with the COVID thing that sometimes I'm home, I'm like, you can't really invite a lot of people over, because that's what a lot of people you can't, and I'm like, it is really boring. And I know we're not the only people going through that, but it's off the chain. Boring. Sometimes I get so bored, I feel like crying. But anyway, back to the police brutality stuff. My son here, I can't imagine somebody sucking the life out of my son. I can't, it's just, as I said yesterday, I have pity, deep pity on the people that are doing this wicked stuff. I feel sad for the family, but I know that the people that are doing this stuff, I feel more sad for them because they think they can get away with it. I guess they are so animalistic. These times we are in, people are just, gone. Gone, gone, gone. And I feel a special pity when people don't believe in the Bible. They say they don't believe in God. Really? is in the hands of imperfect man. That's all when we go through something that we got to cry out to another imperfect human. That makes sense. It's senseless. It's senseless. But again, I want to urge people, mothers that have sons. I know you can't be with a grown son everywhere you go, but be with your son much as you can. I don't care what age he is. I don't care if he's 50 and you're still living and you can be with him. 30, 40, 20, I don't have no age limit. If you can be out with your sons when they're out. Now, like I said, I know that may sound, for grown men, the mom's tagging along. Because my son, he has mental illness, but he's very smart. He knows exactly what's going on. Schizophrenia doesn't mean that you don't know what's going on. We've had many people, celebrities that are schizophrenic, and it doesn't affect people in certain ways, everyone, that the way people think it does. We all have some form of mental illness. Some may be more extreme than others. Some may be labeled, some not. But we all have some form. Otherwise, we'd be perfect. And no one's perfect but the supreme beings. So if you can be with your sons, it may look funny. Oh, my mother with him, he's 40 and he's used to hanging out, and all of a sudden his mother's tagging along. Whatever it takes. And I mean, the mother with him, you can shoot her down or suck her blood out. But did George Floyd and others. But I think that some things can be lessened to not at all. And I'll be of mine, and he's not because of the schizophrenia, he's functional, smart, and go around and everything, but I keep my son, I've always been like that, basically. And somebody say, well, you're protected, but I get more stars pinned on me as being a great mother that I am. But especially in these days, it's like, I keep my eye on my son, I mean, as I'm saying, something can happen, but I got to, and it's like because of this. I've always, because it's always kind of been, and I knew that sometimes give a little air and don't be, I understand that. But this gunning down and killing, this shooting this man in the back, 7. What gets me is you're so animalistic. I understand why you do that, because you're serving the devil. You have to be serving some type of a evil, cruel entity, an evil, cruel force to do these things. You can't be in a normal, that's abnormal to, because someone's lighter, darker, that you feel like you have the right to take their life, and you can't even give them life. You ain't looking for a piece of dust yourself. Beyond me. So, and I'm making this video, and I'm going to be making a lot of videos, and to Black Lives Matter, I appreciate what you're doing, standing up for rights. Because I know that you came into existence because of that Trayvon Martin thing and that Zimmerman stuff. And I'm always keeping up with you, Black Lives Matter. I don't participate in the protest, but I know what you're doing. I know what caused you to come into existence was because you were standing up for somebody. You're sick and tired, and people can make all excuses they want. White lives matter, this matters. We all do know that. And people that say that know that. There's no need in trying to cover up and make things look like it ain't what it is, because it is what it is, that people of color have been brutalized, victimized by police for a long time. And there's no sense in trying to change it, because you can't change that. That's real. And that's not no made up stuff. That is real. That's not made up. That's not no lie. It's real. So no sense in trying to be like, well, this was done wrong too, and this and that. We know all lives matter. I've said it 100 times. But if it wasn't for the extreme amount to the extremity of people of color being done like they've been done, then Black Lives Matter wouldn't have come into existence. And I heard a lady say looting is a result of these people of color keep being brutalized. If it's not that reason, can someone tell me what it is? That's not to say I agree with looting, but I'm talking about what caused it. We need to focus on what is as a result of. Because I have people talking about looting all the time, and they don't say nothing wrong with what caused it. And that's not right at all. Because if it weren't for all of the mistreatment over the decades, somebody said centuries, then Black Lives Matter wouldn't have came into existence. That's just the way it is. That's the truth. And again, my word to mothers, if you can be around, or just be around brothers, black men. I'm not gonna say brothers, I'm gonna say black or brown people of color. I know you want to go out and run around and do what you want to do by yourself because you're of age. But when you go somewhere, try to take as many people as you can. Try to be in a group of people. Try to be in a group of people now in these days with this thing going on. If it can't be your mother and your daddy or something like that, be in a group of people. Try to not go nowhere. This is my field. And somebody might be against that. I'm just giving my feel for the reasons well warranted of what's going on. Try to be in a group of people of color, men. Try to be in a group of people. There is something about black or brown men that, in my field, this is me talking, you ain't got to agree or whatever, and you ain't got to disagree, whatever we want to do with it, it's my field. There's something that's really eating at, in my opinion, in a lighter skinned man or Caucasian man, some kind of hate there for men, black men, for men of color in my field. And I know why I feel that way. And I'm not going to vent on that publicly right now. But I've got my reasons why. I got my reasons why a Caucasian or lighter skinned man, whichever way you want to call it, is got some kind of deep hate for men of color. And I'm not going to say nothing else right now. You might be thinking, if you listen to this video or come to listen to this video, you might figure out what I'm talking about. Okay? So I may touch on that later. Sometimes I'll touch on things and I feel this is the time. And sometimes I say, well, it's the time to bring that up for my own reasons. But there's something going on with the white man, Caucasian man that has a hate for black or brown men. And I believe it's being taken out in a variety of ways, but I believe the police brutality is, because it's just so big. It's like, I believe I know what's behind it. I believe I do. Could be wrong, which is my feel, which is my opinion. Give me yours. This is my opinion. This thing is so terrible. And, when they said, well, the father of, I think his name is Rogers, the young man of color that was shot in the back, that his dead said paralyzed from the waist down. You officers that did that, stay away from my son. I'm going to tell you that now. He's with me. I'm not going to let him get out of my sight with you people. Because you people got a problem. You got a deep problem. Because you ain't better than nobody. And I don't even use the word, I'm not a racist, because I believe civil rights for everybody. When you listen to my videos, when I talk about civil rights, I say for all people. But something's seriously wrong with you people that are lighter skinned and going after whatever you're jealous about black men or something, leave it alone, or something, whatever it is. I know it's the last days, and a lot of these things have to come to pass because of prophecy. It don't mean something ain't wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. Something's really wrong with you. And you aren't going to get away with it. Don't think that you can suck people's blood, their life out, that too, and shoot people down, that you can get away with. You're free. You ain't got to go to prison. They may not send you to prison. They might let you still be a police. Wouldn't surprise me. But you got to answer to him. You'll see. You're going to answer. What goes around comes back around. If you don't believe it, I'm sorry for you. But you're going to answer. And you may not answer in the way some people think you're going to, but you're going to answer. You cannot do people like this and get away with it and not suffer the consequence. You can't do it. You can't do it. And how ignorant and foolish of you to think you can. You are really in bad shape. You really are hurt. You're bringing a curse on your own family. You ever heard of generational curses? Or do you not believe that? You don't do people like it. I don't believe in people. I don't believe that. Like I said, I never was a racist, one for elevating one race over another. Because I know that the God we serve is not partial. He's no respect of persons. But racism and all that, that's respect of people. He's no respect of persons. It's too bad you don't get to know him. That's what you're missing. But I want to say this to you. Again, I want to make this clear. I'll be making more videos. I'm the video maker. My YouTube thing is going slow. My likes, views, whatever. But what I'm saying is right. And it's real. Will somebody ever views anymore or subscribes? I keep talking because I know what I'm saying is right. That don't stop me. That doesn't, even though I do want to, I got the program P19. I'm going to promote the channel. I want to reach a lot of people. But it ain't going to stop me if I didn't. Because I'm still going. Because I know what I'm saying is right. You do not mistreat people or treat people any kind of way, expect to get away with it. Every time one of these black men or brown men or men of color or colored, whichever way you want to label it, darker skin, every time I hear another act of police brutality, I say these people just don't realize they're doing that to themselves. That's the sad part. No man hates his own self. You need to stop hating yourself. You say you love your children, you love your family, you love your wife and all that. Not if you out here killing people. That ain't love. You can go to a church all you want. You can vote for Biden, Trump, whoever. You ain't going to answer them. You're going to answer to him. I want you to know that. You're going to answer to him. You're really wicked and you're sick. Every time I think about that man laying there waist down, if y'all was so bad, y'all got these guns. And if somebody was to go grab one of your children or sons and do all of that, you couldn't handle it. How do you think? What do you think? You are sick people, for real. Something is wrong with you people. You can't expect to you think you're going to walk free. Again, you may not go to prison in this wicked system and wicked dying system. I feel a pity on you because you got a sad day coming. You got a big surprise. You ever watch the movie The Shining? When the wife of Jack Nicholson said, she said, I'm going to go see if I can get into something to take her son to get him seen. He was snowed in and Jack and that was going on. He said, I'm going to go out and see if I can she said, I'm going to go see if I can get my son down the sidewinder. He said, you got a big surprise coming, Wendy. You got a big surprise coming. Because he didn't make it possible, no one could use that vehicle, that thing she was going to use to try to get down the sidewinder. The phone is ringing right now. But I want to say this. You people think you can keep doing people any kind of way and all this police brutality? You got a sad day coming. This is one phone that, and I'll try to answer. It is so disgusting. I'll just go call back in a minute on my regular phone, house phone. You people that are participating in this police brutality and keep on doing this to these men of color, you got a sad day coming, because you're going to answer to that one who gives life and does not give you the right to take it. You're going to answer. You got a sad day coming. I'm going to end the video right now. I'll be making more. When videos I make, I'm making with the truth. I'm coming down with the real deal. I ain't started yet. I haven't even started yet. I don't like evil. And I'm anti-discrimination. I'm anti-injustice. Because the God I serve does not look at color, at the heart. And that's what we do. But I'm speaking the truth. When I speak, it's the truth. You ain't got to agree with it. I know it's the truth. You know what you know. That you know what you know. Got a sad day coming, killers. Keep on brutalizing these people. Slaying these people like that. And you can go home to your family, tell your wife and your children that you love them. That ain't love. To hurt somebody else you can't even love. You cannot love. You have no love in you. Anytime you can do that barbaric stuff. You don't even have no love in. Satan can't love. And that's who you're serving. Yeah, I said it. That's who you're serving. Got a sad day coming. Have a good one. A sad day coming.